Okay, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. This is going to be an update on the RFID chip, also known as the mark of the beast in the scriptures. Okay? And so I'm just going to read through the article, and I also want to play these videos that they have on here. There's another video up here, but I guess they let me see, maybe I could try to refresh it. Still not going. Alright, here's what it is. Alright, so let me read. It says humans wearing teledildonic suits can now have sex with each other over the internet. And this makes me think of that the newest television, or the newest episode on that television series Black Mirror. That's been like the big craze, amongst many other topics in Israel, is now in that the new television episode, the newest episode from like season 4, I think, or season 5. It showed you how, a man and his friend, another guy, two men basically, they were in this virtual world, and one of the guys was a man and the other guy was a woman, and they were having sex. So Esau is telling you what he's doing in these shows, man. You got shows like Ghost in the Shell. Movies like Ghost in the Shell. Alright, shows like Altered Carbon. I always get into that. But this is very important, man, because Esau is telling you what he wants to do, or how he wants the future to be. Alright? And in the future, alright, you're gonna basically be the future spells out transhumanism. That's Esau's New World Order, man. This shit is sick. And when you watch those shows, man, the brother, and I can't be always goes into it. When you even watch those shows, it just goes to show you how dead the world looks. The world looks, man. All right, there's no trees, there's building on top of buildings. You know what I'm saying? You're the weirdo if you don't have any implants done to you, or any upgrades. Oh, that's another one, upgrade. Advise brothers to watch that, man. A lot of brothers have, but if you haven't, you should definitely watch it, man. Now it says sex robots are already among us, and will only increase in number and in sophistication over the coming decades. I'm gonna play a little bit of this video.
As a kid, my grandpa taught me WD-40 was for rusty bolts. My dad taught me it was for squeaky doors.
Yes, like y'all gotta bear through this fucking
it's now
ad.
For everything.
He's always want to put a fucking ad on everything.
So this is where we're at. We've had centuries of dreaming about the perfect artificial companion, but we're really only at the start, working out whether or not we can make them. If it sounds like I'm here to advocate for the sex robots, that's not quite true. I have my concerns as well. But as a scientist, I want to see an evidence-based approach. I don't think we can make moral knee-jerk reactions.
You hear that? You hear that coming from the devil himself, man. What through the scriptures, that's wrong, man. The Most High placed man with woman, that's it. Esau wanted to do it with man, woman with woman, man with robot. That's not how things work, man. But we understand that these things that Esau's pushing is for his population control. Another good show, that's on Netflix, I advise brothers to watch. It's called 3%. In which you have basically the poorest among the people. They're in I believe it's Earth, and then you have the top, no, Slocky, you have 97% of the people, which are the poor on Earth. Then you have the top 3%, which is on another world. And in the show, you have a selected few of people from the poor. All right, they basically go through a series of games and stuff like that, just to make it to just to make it to that other world, to where the 3% live. All right, but the last and final test, you know, before you could even go with the 3%, which would be the elite today, is that you have to become sterile. All right, so Esau is pushing that, man. And that's a part of Esau's world too. He feels like it's too many people, like on the Georgia Guidestones, man. He feels like it's too many people on the earth, and he wants to cut it down to 500 million. All right, so it says, I'm gonna keep going with the video. So
The sex robot market is small.
yeah, it's only
in its current form,
so I'll probably just
I don't think it will grow. I think we can do better than that. We're going to have to learn to live in a world that contains robots in many different forms, and we'll have to adapt to that. Bit by bit, robots will come into our lives, and we'll adapt to it. I want you to take away today that our future is human-centric, even if that happens. We are still the people in charge. We've adapted to things over and over again throughout our entire existence. Every time we create technology, we adapt to it. We adapted to writing, to the printing press, to the book, and to the newspaper.
There was even one video I seen on, you had one, I think they had like a conversation between two robots, and they were even talking about they were saying that it was the conversation got a little scary, man, because they were talking about taking over the world and taking over humans and shit, and you have certain experts, like I believe even Elon, I want to say Elon Musk, or was the other guy, damn, the nigga that died, Steve Hawkins. They were saying how dangerous this is, man. The devils themselves that made this technology. And hey, man, that's why the scriptures say, the Most High appointed a boundary that Esau can't pass. The Most High appointed a boundary that Esau can't pass, because you see, if this happens, I'm not even gonna say once this happens. If this happens on a complete global scale, all right, that means that everybody will have to be chipped. All right, that means that everybody will have to be chipped, man. Because how robots and all this technology be able to move around and function properly, all right, without without that 5G technology. Okay. They even talking about it was something in Toronto, that was a big deal. They were talking about creating a smart city out there in Toronto, Canada. All right, so Esau's pushing, man. Esau's pushing, all right, because they're behind. Over here in America, they're behind. Because in China, they're already, pushing biometrics, Sweden, Europe, all right? So they're pushing, man. They're pushing ultimately to get everybody chipped. All right, but prior to everybody getting chipped and everybody being able to accept it, which if when you listen to this lady, she even said, I'm not saying that I'm for sex robots, because she understands that not everybody is for that. All right, and Esau understands that not everybody's gonna necessarily be for the RFID chip. So now what? He has to dress it up. He has to make it pretty. He has to make it convenient for you. And for you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you got to ask yourself, what the hell, what has Esau ever made convenient for you that was for your benefit? Section 8, you know what I'm saying? Which, hey, they told you at the beginning of this year, they could take that away easily, man. So there's nothing convenient for you. Them tribes that's over here and that came up down there from Guatemala, they thought it was convenient for them, man. They come up here, seek asylum, you know what I'm saying? They thought it would be living a better life, but I did a video how you got a lot of the women that's in those detention centers over there in Texas and on the borders, on the border states. They're forcing them to drink out of toilets and stuff, man. So So never trust anything that Esau so-called tries to make convenient for you. All right. Now we can see it also to where they took away well, it's still money out there, but slowly but surely they're going to take that away. All right. And now, they're pushing a lot of people to use credit cards. All right. And now they're pushing, that was after money was the basis of, or the the controlling monetary, if you will. All right. Then it was credit cards. Now they're pushing credit cards with chips on it, because it's supposed to be more it's supposed to be more not convenient but safe for us. But as I asked that question before, I'm going to ask it again. To you tribes, to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, what the hell has Esau ever made convenient for you? All right. So let's end it off. Oh shit, Salaki.
And we adapted to the sat-nav and the smartphone and the voice assistants in our homes. They were all once really alien to us, and now we just take them for granted. Technology is a fundamental part of our humanity.
You see?
And I think that the really fun question...
You see? She just said it. We had to adapt to the smartphones and the smart technology. How much easier will it be for us to adapt to this? So when they pull out that chip, how much easier would it be for us to adapt to the chip? You see? It's called what? Gradualism. All right? Step by step.
Question is, where's it going to take us next?
Hey, us, the prophets of the Lord, we could tell he's going to take you right to being destroyed. All right? Because the Most High, he's the only one that can number the people, man. All right? And he's, like I said, when you get that chip in you, you're
coming in to see my patients, to see how their lives are changing. I love performing surgeries. I love...
It's lucky. That's the Most High, and he's the only one that can number the people, man. All right? And we see what, a man after the Lord's heart, he numbered the people, and what the Lord did to Israel for that. What the Lord did to King David for that. So how much more would he destroy the self-proclaimed white man? All right? The Edomite. So it says the next generation of artificially intelligent cybernetic companions will bring about a Westworld-style future where some people will actively choose robotic partners over real humans. Engineers, experts, scientists, and philosophers gather at the Free University of Brussels this week to discuss how we get from here to there and how we should deal with those huge, far-reaching changes. Daily Star Online recaps here the major talking points from the 4th International Conference on the Love and Sex with Robots. Italian philosopher Maurizio Balistreri asked whether humans could ever love robots, and if they could, will the robot ever be said to love them back? He envisaged a future generation of sex robots that will look less and less robotic. He said robots will also start to imitate the physical appearance of humans in a more convincing manner and become ever more humanoid. Their skin will be soft and endowed with numerous sensors that make it sensitive to touch, with a heating system to keep it at a natural temperature. Their behavior will also become more realistic. We can believe they reciprocate our affection. They will not only listen to us, but they will be able to sustain conversation and be responsive to our smiles. At this point, many people may find it hard to resist their appeal. The robots will actually give everything and ask for nothing in exchange. For some, it could be the ideal love. Oh, I think this was the video I was looking for. Okay, Dwada Yala. Try to refresh the page. So I guess I'll finish reading what I upload. It says he went on to speculate whether once robots and perfect companions that never upset us. He went on to speculate whether once robots are perfect companions that never upset us, we will come to replace other humans in our emotional life together.
The way that we look at other people, I mean, there's been a lot of talk about sex robots in this. So one of the most interesting things about this conference for me has been talking about kind of like rewriting the way that we look at other people. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about sex robots in the sense that it might objectify somebody, like a man or a woman. But who's to say that these robots are going to look anything like a man or a woman? Who's to say that what we're going to be attracted by in the future? And
and that's kind of like what they pushing with this LGBTQ bullshit, man. To it, we should just accept, all right, a person for who they are, and it's okay if a man wants to love a man, and all type. That's why this place is called. Hey, that's why we know this place to be Babylon, which the word Babel means confusion. Okay, but we know that the Lord is not the author of confusion, so the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. Okay.
I think that if we get past these boundaries, there's a huge potential for how we see other people, for how we see people with disabilities, people of other religions, other races, and general attractiveness as a whole.
So now it says he went on to speculate.
Ship shop.
Salaki. He went on to speculate whether once robots are perfect companions that never upset us, we will come to replace other humans in our emotional life together. Good point. Meanwhile, mathematician and scientist Rudolf Arnold focused on the human side of sex technology. Teledildonics, the technology of connecting sex toys via the internet for remote erotic play, is to him an important part of mankind's interconnected future. He discussed PlayMe, a new device consisting of a tiny pneumatic and probe connected to a pressure sensor and a body suit with integrated vibrators. The device will enable people separated by geography or perhaps disability to share intense sexual experiences. He explained when both partners, in which, hey man, Esau really already had this technology, because I want to say it might have been in season 3 or 4 of Black Mirror. There was an episode called Black Museum, and in that episode it was this doctor who actually he it was something to where, yeah, okay, it was a doctor, and like, I guess with the doctors in the, that work in the ER room, their mortality rates can't be too high, something like that. So to help that doctor out, to figure out, how to help a patient that came into the ER room before they were actually, before it was too late to help them, he was actually given like this suit. Not, it wasn't a suit, but it was like a brain, almost like a hairnet, but it went over his head, all right, and then he would put like this I want to say like this buttons on some, like buttons or maybe something like that on a patient. And what that would do was that would help him understand and feel every sensation that patient was going through. So Esau Ben had this technology, man, but he's just pulling it out, and what a grand time, because everything is so convenient, man. He'll probably, and then Esau's gonna push this, man. Oh, everybody's so depressed and lonely. All right, it'll help on depression, this, that, and third. So it says the device would enable people separated by geography or perhaps disability to share intense sexual experiences. He explained when both partners are wearing the devices, a real-time exchange of emotions and corporal feelings is possible. Alright, yeah, it's Lucky Akim. I had stopped the video because I wanted to give Akim. I was trying to find a video. I was trying to find a video explaining about that episode on the episode of Black Museum on Black Mirror. All right, so it says this device, talking about the teledonics device. This device will enable people separated by geography or perhaps disability to share intense sexual experiences. He explained, when both partners are wearing the devices, a real-time exchange of emotions and corporal feelings is possible. Now, for brothers who've seen it, this is I messed up with the description, but this is the one on the right. That's the doctor I was telling you about that works in the ER, and he will put something that you see. He got the thing on his ear, almost look like a implantable chip. All right, except it's on the outside, and then a lady puts that almost net looking thing on her. He can feel everything she's feeling. You know, he can feel everything she's feeling. All right, and it's kind of they even do that. They even do that like I think today they would call it like a CAT scan or something like that. You know, but that's old news. You see, they got the new technology. All right, but Esau Ben had this, man. This episode, let me see. I think this episode. Let's see. Let's just look up Black Mirror season 4. Oh, this came out in 2017. That was season 4, episode 6. You know, and this came out in 2017. So they had that, 2 years ago? And it's probably even before that. You know, because they had to have time to shoot the show. All right. So it says, Leonardo M. Gomez exhibited a similar touch-sensitive system called TouchU, which he said in combination with actual sex robots explored the concept of using the body as a remote sex interface. Finally, Eleanor Hancock discussed the emergence of a feminist movement against sex robots. It says Hancock argued that radical feminists are wrong when they refuse to accept sex robots and sex technology, a point echoed by Alice Fox, who suggested that the spread of sex robot brothels may provide more help to sex workers and sex trafficking victims than any other strategy employed in the last 100 years. You know, so this is just more on how Esau. It's a basically RFID chip update. All right, and basically how Esau is moving more towards his new world order. Okay, his new world order. Now, you get some precepts. I notice I ain't bringing any precepts out. So this is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. And you know that Esau's technology is not for you, it's against you. You know, it's not for you, it's against you. Now, it may seem like it's for you, but we just read, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Let's look at the word tender, actually. I'm going to go on, that word tender mercies goes into, racham. Goes into the word compassion. Just to love deeply, have mercy, be compassionate. Have tender affection, have compassion. We know Esau don't have no damn mercy on nobody. You know, he doesn't have any compassion on nobody. You know? So, hey, man, just, update on how Esau is moving forward to his new world order. Which is new world order, as I said before. All right, it's going to be engineered, all right, through the RFID chip, all right, through you basically being uploaded into his Internet of Things, all right. Yeah, as the scriptures say, man, the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. In the beginning, Esau comes through, with smiles and hugs. But in the end, hey, just ask the Native Americans, man. They still going through it. But in the end, you will get stabbed in the back. So with that, shalom to the elect.